Hello friends, and welcome to Wafflecat Weekly number 8. In this video we're going to open our weekly boxes, see what kind of loot that we get, check out the weekly affixes, and talk about them. So we're starting off on our Mistweaver. We did a medium amount of keys last week. Also, we have Legion Time Walking again. So we get to see the Legion affixes as well. Bursting Volcanic again, okay. Talked about those a little bit. Let's open our Monk's chest. Looking to replace that trinket still. I don't know how many trinkets we'd want that are really good though. We get a Verse Mastery Ring. Crit is very, very good for Mistweaver. So we do not want this. We will be taking our... Didn't even put tunes on in the background. Go on our Priest while we turn on some tunes. Hopefully this isn't loud. Alright. So unfortunately we don't have a raid box on our Pally again. I was having some computer issues on Tuesday and my computer blew up, or my cooler blew up, and that's why the last weekly video was a day late, and also why I wasn't able to attend raid. Alright, opening on our Disc Priest. I don't even know what we want on this guy. This is a guy who's pretty well geared, he just needs Dom socket items. Have a Crit Mastery neck, the same neck that we have except with no socket. Alright, well, we take the tokens again. Hopefully this isn't going to be an all tokens kind of day. Check out our Druid. Maybe we did 4 keys on this guy. I've been enjoying my Druid a little bit more lately. Been sort of just like pugging around on it whenever I have free time, which lately isn't too much, but maybe we'll end up with 4 keys. Now that Great Push and everything is over, I think it's going to be a little quiet until the raid comes out. Going to be quite a lull in the action in WoW, but I think that's okay. A deserved break. Alright, what does our Druid need? We need to replace this trinket badly. And maybe some more items with haste on there. We have haste on a lot of stuff. A new cape maybe, new shoulders. Okay, so there's some stuff we could get. But we're coming close to a good haste amount. We have, I think this is the same haste mastery helm that we've gotten like 3 or 4 times on this guy. Oh no, is this gonna, this might be an all token week. There's some hope we'll have 2 choices on our Shaman, I think, and 3 on our Pally, but they'll all be Mythic Plus stuff, and these guys have pretty good gear, so. Like, my Shaman is at that stage where they just need raid gear, pretty much. They have close to the best you can get from Mythic Plus at this point. Maybe, like, you know, some crazy leech or avoidance items. Got. I was gonna open on a different loot spec, but I already like there's no trinkets I would replace these with. My trinkets are insane, so it doesn't matter what trinkets I get out of the vault. Alright, so we have a Verse Mastery cape, which we don't want, and a Haste Mastery ring, which we also don't want. Unforge. 4 for 4 on tokens. And it is not reset in the EU yet, so we cannot open our Blood Decay. This will be our last vault where we talk about the Affixes in the week and stuff. This is going to be the hardest one for us to get an upgrade to, because our Paladin's gear is so good. Yeah, I don't know what we could get. It'd almost certainly have to be a leecher avoidance item. Maybe a 252 ring. That would be a slight upgrade. We'd take that, I guess. Let's see what we got. Oh no. Shoulders, we really can't use these. We lose a dom socket and it has mastery on it. Belt, we can't really use this. It's crit verse. And it's a belt, so we lose our legendary. And verse mastery risks. Unlucky. Let's see. You know what? We'll accept our fate. I was gonna say maybe we'll get the belt in case we want to run a new legendary, but we'll accept our fate. Tokens on all 5 guys. Feels bad. The curse of having good gear. So let's grab this quest. Can we get this? Boom. Alright, so the affixes in Legion this week again are Tyrannical, Bursting, Volcanic. This was the same affixes 2 weeks ago, so I'm not going to go too much in depth to them. But I would say it wasn't as bad as I thought. I expected, because BFA had a lot of nasty combinations with Bursting, I expected Legion to be like that too. But of the dungeons that we have in the time walking, there's really not too many situations where Bursting is real bad. Like, at most it'd be like, you know, 10 mobs or something. Maybe there's a couple spots that I'm missing, but yeah, these are like really good affixes. The main thing you're worried about is Tyrannical, so there's a few bosses that we had a lot of troubles with. The first boss in Nelt's Lair seemed really hard. I'm not sure if he was like that before, but that was like one of the biggest wall bosses that we fought. And yeah, there's a few other difficult bosses. The last 2 bosses in Court of Stars are pretty hard, but again, if you're doing just like 15s, farming for gear, just like chilling, then this is a really good week to be playing. And our live affixes are Tyrannical, Raging, Volcanic, Tormented. So these are very good affixes as well. They've nerfed Raging quite a bit. Raging is very reasonable now. They also nerfed Tyrannical. I guess I'm talking about the beginning of the season, so this, you would think that these affixes aren't great, but it's going to be probably one of the best Tyrannical weeks you can get of the season. So if you're looking to get some Tyrannical score, this is definitely an opportunity to do it. I would highly recommend that you bring a Soothe in your party. Either a hunter or a druid. Rogues technically can soothe, and there's some other, I think, abilities that can technically soothe, but you want something on like a fairly short CD, because mobs re-enrage every 20 seconds anyway, so like having a 20-second soothe means at most you can only soothe 1 guy, which is okay, I guess. Like in an emergency you can use it, but it's not ideal. What dungeons will be easy or hard this week? Honestly, I can't really think of any that are that tough on Raging, because, you know, in situations like, you know, Theater of Pain, when you're fighting Ardent Nevermore and it rages, it's like, well, you just have to have a Soothe, right? You just have to go into all these dungeons with a Soothe. So some pulls where it's like lots of these mobs that are little, that do a lot of damage, you maybe want to try and save your DRs and your stuns until the end. Because keep in mind it's Tyrannical, so these guys won't hurt that bad. So normally you want to like use stuff up front to just prevent damage, but during Raging, especially Tyrannical Raging, you just want to use stuff near the end, because that's probably when you're going to get spiked down. Other than that, pretty reasonable. Not really too much to talk about. I mean, again, I think you guys all know the bosses of the dungeons by now, so if there's anything that, any dungeons that you guys struggle with on Tyrannical, you know, it won't be any different, but for the most part, I'd say dungeon balance in Shadowlands has been pretty reasonable. Obviously, Sanguine Depths has some pretty hard bosses, the first one and the second one, but all stuff you guys know by now. And as for stuff going on in the channel, I can't really think of much I want to talk about. It was just a pretty relaxed week. We just did normal amount of keys. Can't really think of any topics. I don't want to say I've been getting burned out of WoW, but there's just less to do right now. The new Final Fantasy raid came out, and so a lot of my buds have been playing that. And you know, we're waiting on the next WoW raid, which is probably still going to be 2 months out, so it's going to be a pretty quiet time. I'm still going to be releasing my Zero to Hero series. I hope I can get an episode out every, let's say, 5 days or so. I want it to be a little bit faster than weekly, but not too fast, just because I still have to like edit everything and code it and get it figured out. So I guess that goes over everything. Short episode today, not much to talk about, but it is what it is. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Good luck in your boxes as well, and happy keying, friends.